And welcome to Spain and the Park Olympic del Segre for the International Canoe Federation's 4th World Cup of the 2014 season. 250 athletes from 30 nations are competing in the 5 classes on this, the 1992 Olympic course. We're going to be showing you today the best of the action over the 2 days. My name is Matthew Layton, so sit back and enjoy the action. The course today, 300 meters long, 10 cubic meters per second of water going down, and the gradient 1.6%. First off, the canoe singles. We're looking at the best of the men. As you can see, it's a star-studded format. First to go, it is the legend of the sport. Between 1995 and 2010, Slovakia's Mikel Mardikan didn't miss a podium. He can do things no one else can even imagine. Look at him going down the course. So far at the halfway point, he's clear. Now this number 14 upgate, remember you see the red and white poles mean you have to go up. He made it look easy, and so far he's up on the split. This little drop used to be big, it's called Niagara. Maybe dropping a little bit low. Every stroke he has to take on extra is half a second. Expertly sweeps across. On his offside, catches the bow of the boat, but that's not too much a problem. Now it's just a case of zigzagging through the splits. Giving it his all. Where's he going to be? That's 2.28 seconds ahead of the field. So far, bronze in the first World Cup, silver in the second World Cup, and a couple of weeks ago in Prague took the gold. Five times Olympian, 2 times champion. Last year was injured, now he's back to best form. Matej Beneš. Surprisingly enough, this year he missed the top 3 in the Slovakia trials. But as you have 4 people in the World Cups, he's okay. Great to watch. Long, reaching style. Maybe half a second lost there, but quickly back into the flow. And he's up at the midway point. The athletes say the secret here, don't fight the water. Keep in the flow, it's fast, it's bubbly. And here we go down the bottom of the course. By the way, for the last month since the last Prague World Cup, he's been playing ice hockey every day. I suppose not surprising as he lives in Bratislava, but here he's going, powering over the line. Easy work of the last, downstream, 3 or 4 strokes to go. And he takes the lead. Now he's delighted with that. If you beat Mardikan, you are a victory taker. Look at the concentration on his eyes. Knows exactly where he wants to put the boat. Yet another Slovak in the final. He's the European champion. So far this season, 31-year-old Alexander Slavkovsky has come 6th in Lee Valley, 6th in Taichung, 6th in Prague. What can he do so today? He was the fastest in the semi-final. In his off time the last few weeks, he's been up the highest mountain in Slovakia and skied down it, half a second up at the midpoint. In and out on 1 stroke. This is his day. Need to get the line correct. We've had a few problems there, but not from Slavkovsky. Again, the inside edge here on port gate number 20 has been having a few problems. Now this is special. Keeping in the middle of the flow. All his energy into the last 5 strokes. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. He wins. Now that hasn't happened since the Europeans 2010. Slovakians take gold, silver and bronze. Complete delight.
It was a really tough race because I heard Michael said the time that in the semi-finals nobody done. It was under 100 seconds. And Matej Beneš was starting in front of me. And I heard also his time, he made 98 seconds. I was, whew, this will be a race, but I was thinking that that is my turn. I'm not on the finish line yet, so just go ahead and kick it off.
It's only Slovakia on the podium. Alexander Slavkovsky gold, Matej Beneš silver, Mikael Mardikan bronze medal.
Starting at the end of this final, she was second in the semifinals and leader of yesterday's hit.
Going straight from the men's canoe singles to the women's canoe singles. It's on exactly the same course. First up, Spain's Nuria Villarrubla. No one knows this course better than Nuria. Has been training here twice a day since the age of 9. She's now 22. This is her first World Cup outing of the 2014 season. By the way, when she's not on the water, you see her helping out quite often in the press office. Really good local support. Switching frequently. This is something you've seen more and more in the women. A couple of the men do, but mainly it's a woman's thing. Let's see how she tackles this. Oh, there's a little bit of a touch. That's 2 seconds immediately added onto her score. But so far she's well up on the others, so that shouldn't affect things too much. Digging in deep, pushing for the line. Really respectable run from Nuria. Hey, delight. She's fulfilled her contract. It can't be easy when you're a local favourite. Next up, 20 years old. She won the World Championships by 13 seconds in Prague last year. Of course, it's a very familiar face of Australia's Jessica Fox. In the heat, she was more measured, but she seems to be very dynamic and very aggressive today. One of the most proficient switchers on the circuit. So far this season, been a bit of a mixed bag of results. 4th in London, one touching by 15 seconds. And then had a bit of a bad day at the office in Prague. But today, she's keeping her lines. Just the last cross combination to go. Maybe she's a couple of strokes too low on that one, but with the time, it's probably not going to matter. Here she goes, Jessica Fox. This is something really special. Look at that, she's won by over 7.8 seconds. Loves playing with the water, and effectively in canoe and kayak, she's completely in her element.
You know what, I love C1 and I love feeling the water and I guess using it to get a lot of speed. And on that run, I felt online for a lot of it. And you know, I guess the speed comes from using the water and a little bit from the arms.
Jessica Fox takes gold. Nuria Villarrubla from Spain takes silver, and Rosalind Lawrence, second time in the podium in 2 weeks, takes the bronze medal. What's the most interesting thing you've done since the last World Cup?
Actually, there was nothing interesting. I just had to write my exams at the university and train for the next World Cup.
For me, it was interesting to go for training with a chairlift in Deep Creek, like ski racers.
I had a training camp at the World Champion site in Deep Creek, Lake Maryland, and that was pretty awesome, pretty cool to spend some time on that course.
I ran a couple rivers in Canada in a creek boat, and I don't really creek much, so that was pretty awesome.
I was climbing the highest Slovak mountain on the ski and skied down, and it's pretty hard thing to do, so it was the amazing thing.
What fun things have you done since the last World Cup?
I was climbing in beautiful Slovenian mountain near Bovec.
Probably racing at the Under-23 European Championships in Macedonia. It's an interesting country. interesting racing, but really good experience.
After all my training, I have a chance to be with my family in the southwest in France. It was perfect just before a training camp in Deep Creek.
On with the racing, we're switching from canoes to kayaks. Clearly this is where they're sitting down, legs in front of them, and propelling themselves with a two-bladed paddle. Let's see on course, it's Samuel Hernans. Local boy, 28 years old. Last year, messed up the first part of the final, then was electric and actually managed to finish in third place. That's showing you how to go in and out. Born in France, by the way, many French friends, and let's see how he can do today. The rule is the whole head and part of the boat through the post, so no problems there. Really using the water flow as quickly as he can. And putting down a really quick time, taking the benefit of course knowledge and knowing his local friends. 1.04 seconds up. Next on the course, this is a racer that if you're familiar with the sport, you'll know incredibly well and say, well, where's he been for the last few years? Of course, Sebastian Combo was the 2007 world champion in Brazil, had struggled to make the team since then. Very light, very fiery, and he can't half throw this boat around. Best result in Lasai, he came 10th a few years ago. Putting the boat in the right position. Pivoting around the back. Be careful to don't touch the bottom because it is very shallow there. Really using his power to weight ratio. The arms will be hurting at this point. Oh, less than half a second after the amazing run of Sebastian Hernans, and he's delighted with that. Hasn't podiumed for many years now. That'll give him his confidence back. Going from one Frenchie to another. Here we see 28-year-old Boris Nevu. If he tips his boat over, you could actually see the fins on the bottom. The only disadvantage of that is you have to carry up your boat when you go up the conveyor belts. Making upstream gate number 5 look easy. Punting off the sides. 23 gates today, 6 upstream. Here we go. Gate number 14 has been placed in a really difficult place, but he makes it look easy. Over Niagara. Sets himself up. So far the time is looking really good. Last upstream to negotiate. Across, in and out quickly. It's going to come down to the wire. Boris Nevu won in Lee Valley. Didn't compete in the other races. How's he going to do today? Oh, that's close. Well, it looks like it's a victory, but not quite. Takes the silver medal. Absolutely delighted. Samuel Hernans and Boris Nevu grew up together. They've been training together for the last 15 years. Thank you. I'm very happy. It was not the perfect race. I fought till the end, and now happy to be on the podium with 2 great friends. Samuel Hernans takes the gold for Spain. Boris Nevu, silver for France. Sebastian Combo, bronze for France.
Hi, I'm Jasmine. I'm 28 years old and live in Augsburg. I remember like the first time I met her on her home place in Lippstadt during a training session, and I wasn't sure if she has a big talent like she's shown us now, but she developed so great and she became world champion.
I think I'm not the strongest woman in the world, but I think I have a good technique and I just enjoy what I'm doing, so maybe, yeah, that's what I'm good. Sometimes I like to do something different, like kite surfing or paragliding. I started 3 years ago, or go mountain biking to see something different. Yeah, I think the most important is that you always have to plan everything, like university and the training and the stuff for the army we have to do. So if you have a good plan, you can manage it very well, but sometimes it's really hard. My goal for the next years is to get the qualification for the Olympics in Rio and to have fun at all the other competitions and to get a medal if it's possible. Yeah, that's my aim for the next years.
Yeah, I think for the future Jasmin likes reporting about sports, so maybe she will make something like interviews or videos with famous athletes. Or she's always talking about making a babysitting house for dogs, so maybe that's her life, I don't know.
Thank you, bye-bye.
Goodbye.
Day 2, kayak women. What a strong field we have here. Let's look at the highlights. She's dominating the sport at the moment. 31-year-old Emily Fair. Oh, there's a touch. It's going to cost her. Let's see if she can accelerate the boat. That was a clumsy touch for someone at this level. She's the world champion. She's the Olympic champion. Managed to spend a bit of time at home, which is rare for a top athlete. And like many of the athletes, has been out for Deep Creek, getting herself ready for the World Championships that take place in September. But here she goes. In the semi-finals, she was the fastest pure time, but took 4 seconds of penalties. Shows how quick she actually is. In and out there quickly. Comes through Niagara, setting up the position of the boat. Really effective stuff there. Maybe dropping a little bit low. And with 2 seconds of penalties, it's going to be difficult to medal. How's she going to do? Powering over the line. Well, it goes in a provisional first place. She doesn't look happy. World ranking number 2, just behind Jana Dukatova. Here we go. Expect some noise from the locals. It's 31-year-old Mylin Shuho. Has lived here for the last 5 years. Now, it's been a tough week for Mylin. She's got gastroenteritis. But look at it, she's up. She lost 4 kilograms of weight, put 2 back on again, and was really nervous before this final. But she has local knowledge. Last year took the season off to have a baby. That was, of course, after winning the Olympic bronze medal. Knows the lines incredibly well. Can she hold it together? She was worried about her strength at the end of the course. Let's see what happens here. Just 2 gates to go. And 2 seconds of penalties. Can that be absorbed? Completely exhausted. Well, nearly 2 seconds up, but does look a little bit worried. It's the powerhouse from Austria. 27-year-old Karina Kunle. She's on to a good season at the moment. Medalled in Tachin, medalled in Prague. Clearly she has the pedigree, being the 2010 and 2011 world champion. That's how to do the difficult switch. We saw a couple of the men in the finals actually missing that gate completely. In and out of tricky 14. And she's not going to run out of power at the end. Change coach at the beginning of this season. It's making huge effects. In fact, it's making huge effects on the whole of the Austrian team. Maybe slightly down. Power all the way up. Really impressive. Last difficult section. Fatigue is not showing. Power's over the line. Where's she going to be? Oh, second place. Third podium in a row for Karina Kunle. I'm very tired, especially because of the emotion. To finally be on the podium, it was a great effort to get the point. These past 2 years have changed my life completely. I had a daughter, so I'm really, really happy. Confirmation of the results: Mylène Schuro, gold for Spain, Karina Kunle, silver for Austria, and Emily Fair picking the bronze medal for France. Two men in a boat. It's called a canoe doubles. Hochschorner, 3 times Olympic champions. And here we go. Pierre Laborel, Nicolas Peschier from France. In a ranking event, world ranking event in April here, they won. So they know this course inside out. Last year, second in this competition here. By the way, the winners from France also. Klaus Peschier decided not to compete this week. Pierre Laborel has been in New York a little bit after the Deep Creek training session. He said the relaxation did him a world of good. Here they go. They have an amazing power to weight ratio. Remembering back to the 2012 season, they won 3 races in a row. This year, haven't raced much on the world scene, but look, this practice is certainly paying off. Great coordination, great power. Last 50 meters to go. And the French duo, well, they take the provisional lead. But these are the unluckiest pair in the world because they're Slovak. They haven't yet made it to the Olympics, but this year they're on fire. Won the Europeans. Bronze in Lee Valley. Gold in Tachin. Gold in Prague. And today, punting off the level, it's the Ladislav and Peter Skanter. Cousins, 31, 32 years old. Really effectively out. Was there a touch there? Looks like Peter Skanter just touched the pole with his jacket. That's a shame. But we're looking to absorb and forget about that last tight little error. As you can see from the great overhead pictures, it's really complicated to work with this flow. Here they go. It's just now a case of sprinting home. With 2 seconds of penalties, they still managed to gain the lead. The Skantar cousins from Slovakia. Ladislav and Peter Skan to take gold for Slovakia. Laborel, Peschier, silver for France, and Picot Bizot for France also take the bronze medal. That's it for today from l'Essai. Thanks for watching. See you in a couple of weeks for the World Cup final in Augsburg.